The station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Coming up in the news at noon, we are live on Capitol Hill as lawmakers talk about violent crime in the district. Our Leonard N. Fleming will join us for the latest.
And it's another day filled with a mixture of sun and clouds and warm temperatures, but everything changes as we head into this weekend.
And later, video you will only see on DC News Now, a neighborhood on edge after a crash with teens behind the wheel, what they're saying today. And good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for the news at noon. I'm Mark Hall. Violence in the district is the subject of a congressional hearing on Capitol Hill. Several witnesses, including those who are victims of violence, are testifying today in front of the House Judiciary Subcommittee on Crime and Federal Government Surveillance. Our political and government reporter Leonard N. Fleming is live right now outside of the hearing room. And Leonard, what have you heard so far?
Mark, good afternoon. This hearing has been going on about 2 hours of the Judiciary Committee hearing as you spoke, and there are 3 victims of crimes: a first responder, a business person, and a resident, all who've experienced violence in the district. They talked explicitly about what they've been through, and one member of Congress called DC a culture of lawlessness because, as you know, violent crime is up several percentage points from last year, as well as homicides, about 218 homicides so far this year, the fastest pace that they've gotten so far here in October. Mayor Muriel Bowser also sent her deputy mayor here, Lindsay Appiah, who also admitted that there is a crisis of crime in the district, but said that it's not necessarily, as some Republicans have asserted, that these are soft on crime policies that have been the fault of some, say, of council. So she disagreed that that is the case, but the city is trying to get a control of the crime issue in the district. So we'll be back in listening to this and have more for our viewers at our 4 o'clock newscast. Reporting from the Rayburn Building, Leonard N. Fleming, DC News Now. Back to you.
All right, Leonard, thank you. In Maryland, the Wellness Massage Center is now closed after the sheriff's office says the business conducted sexual acts in exchange for money. Deputies say that there were complaints about suspicious activity on President's Court in Frederick. The county's Division of Planning and Zoning has issued a stop work order. Charges are currently pending. Video you'll only see on DC News Now. This is Ring doorbell footage showing the aftermath of a crash after a group of kids stole a car in Montgomery County, Maryland. Police tell us they do have a person in custody. DC News Now's Lex Juarez spent the morning in the Clarksburg area talking to neighbors about what they saw, and we'll have the latest from police as well.
Well, the car came flying around this corner, hopped the curb here, and then ran straight into the tree and multiple cars that were parked on the side of the road here. The entire thing caught on a neighbor's doorbell camera.
It was pretty startling.
A crash that startled the entire neighborhood just before midnight. Dogs barking after hearing the loud boom, and neighbors rushing outside to make sure everything's okay. At the same time, the people who were inside the car scattered.
Yeah, that was kind of odd because they did not look like they were the age of driving.
Montgomery County police officers on scene told us they believe the kids are about 12 years old, and the white Hyundai that they crashed, a stolen car. Neighbors' first priority was to make sure everyone was safe, but are unsettled to hear it was a group so young.
What we can do is just be more diligent, having things like cameras and whatnot, which, you know what I mean, honestly, it is 2023 and it's become a necessity at this point. It's sad, but here we are.
Well, neighbors also hope that this can lead to more speed bumps being added in the neighborhood to keep people from flying through here. In Clarksburg, I'm Lex Juarez, DC News Now.
Lex, thank you. Tensions growing between neighbors and businesses in District Heights. Neighbors say that they're witnessing a sewage leak. They say that they can see and smell sewage in the streets from Hip Hop Fish and Chicken, that neighborhood off Marlboro Pike in Prince George's County. People have complained to local leaders, but the issue keeps happening.
District Heights informed me that they could do no more to them because they have given them so many fines, and they wanted me to reach out to the county. I've done that. Nothing has been done. We don't need to have human feces running down the street in this neighborhood.
The restaurant's manager said the restaurant is having plumbing issues. As the war in Israel stretches into the 6th day, many Americans are still in the region. As of this morning, 22 Americans have died in the war. The White House says 17 are still unaccounted for. It's not clear how many of those are being held by Hamas. Yesterday, National Security Council spokesperson John Kirby said that the U.S. is exploring options to evacuate Americans, but would not specify what those options are. Well, Virginia's governor says that there will be an increase in law enforcement at places of worship. He revealed this during a meeting with Jewish community leaders. The governor also says that law enforcement has received additional training to identify anti-Semitism in the state. Governor Youngkin reinforced his commitment to stand with Israel. We'll talk more on the latest in Israel later in this hour.
And I believe that our president has stood strong yesterday. I thought his statement of condemnation and wholehearted support was not only appropriate but necessary. America has to lead here and stand up for a brother, a true brother. This is what we do when we see Israel that is threatened.
Governor Youngkin also called on the rest of America to stand up. Well, today, servers and bartenders from Prince George's County and Montgomery counties are marching in opposition to the proposed elimination of tip credit. Now, if tip credits are eliminated, many restaurants would need to impose a service charge due to high labor costs. That means that less money going to servers and bartenders. They want to eliminate the proposed removal of tip credits. Well, D.C. is moving more environmentally friendly street lights, according to a tweet from the Ward 4 council member. Current street lights are being replaced with LED lights. The council member says that these new lights will immediately alert officials when they go out. They can also be controlled remotely. The lights should save the district about 50% on energy, and they're also expected to eliminate 38,000 tons of greenhouse gas emissions and reduce light pollution by 90%. The council member says that this would be better for people when they're trying to get some sleep. Open enrollment to sign up for affordable health insurance in the DMV will begin November 1st, and you can visit the online marketplace to shop for prices and to compare health insurance plans. Medical, vision, and dental plans will be available, and special enrollment periods are available if you have a qualifying life event like turning 26 or are newly married. Enrollment will continue through January 2024. Community leaders are honoring and recognizing a D.C. school teacher who was named Teacher of the Year. Beth Barkley received the award at the International Academy at Cardozo Education Campus, and she's been teaching at the school for 8 years, and she shared with us what the award means to her.
Teacher of the Year is for all of us. We did this all together, and I'm standing here because of them. They inspire me, and I'm here every day giving it my all because each one of them deserves the absolute best. And I want those opportunities to continue.
And congratulations. Barkley says that the prize will go towards a scholarship for undocumented youth who are continuing their education in the district. A live look at the Washington Monument on a pretty nice Thursday afternoon. Weathercaster Brittany Ward is laughing. Brittany, I didn't want to get in trouble doing your job, but this isn't bad.
You know, you did a great job of doing it.
Thank you.
Summing up the weather. It's a beautiful picture out there, no matter where you are across the DMV. And satellite and radar kind of showing you the overall picture. We have high pressure just over our region. That's keeping us quiet. But notice as you head further off to the west, this storm system is slowly going to be moving its way into our area as we head into our weekend, and that's going to be providing us with some soggy conditions. So enjoy today. Winds are on the lighter side, kind of mainly shifting out of the north, and overall it's going to be a beautiful day out there. Temperature wise, still fairly warm, 71 currently in the nation's capital, 66 as you head over there to Frederick, 63 there in Martinsburg, West Virginia, lower 60s there in Kaiser. And honestly, today we're going to be a tad bit warmer than we were yesterday, as highs will be getting into the mid 70s. So overall, Planning out your lunch as we head through the next couple of hours. It's going to be fairly nice out there. 72 expected to be the outside temperature as we head into that 1 o'clock. Notice we're going to be hanging on to that mixture of sun and clouds throughout your entire Thursday, and then we finally warm it up to the mid 70s as we head into that 3 o'clock hour. 76 expected to be the high today with that mixture of sun and clouds. Then on Friday, we start to see our temperatures dip just a tad bit, a little bit closer to average as we head through your Friday, but then we are tracking a late night shower, mainly in the mountain counties. But then Saturday looks to be the soggiest day as that system finally reaches the DMV, providing us with some soaking rain as well as some gusty winds. So definitely keep it here, Mark. We'll have the look at your weekend forecast and what to expect coming up.